Today we are exploring White Sands National Park. It's one of the newer national parks in the United States. It was only founded in 2019. Before that, it was a national monument. Let's go check it out.
A few thousand years ago, when they would have been dark.
We're doing the first trail of the day. It's called the Playa Trail. It's only a half-mile round trip, so quarter back. The destination is a dry lake bed, and it changes by season, whether it's white, brown. I think it fills up with water sometimes. But a short little hike to get the legs warmed up for the other longer hikes. The first couple of trails here in the White Sands National Park, they have a lot of vegetation growing along the trails, mixed up with the sand. Even the sand dunes, which are right behind me, they're growing a lot of brush. And once you go deeper into the park, it just becomes pure white. You have an occasional tree or somewhere sticking out, but very beautiful. Either way, the animals shown here on this tablet, they were once walking this area because they found their footprints and they got basically imprinted into the sand, much like the fossilized footprint. And what's crazy is White Sands National Park, around this area, they found the oldest footprint in the United States, dating back to be, I think, 13,000 plus years ago. I don't know how accurate that footprint is. Here's a relatively new footprint. Most of this whole area is actually a large basin, and there's a whole layer of water underneath the surface. So during the summer rain, sometimes the water actually floats up and the water comes down from the surrounding mountains. And this used to be part of an ocean or sea. That's what history tells us right now. The ending of this trail is basically this dry lake bed. Just a short little hike, nothing fancy. And directly across the street from the Playa Trail is the Dune Life Nature Trail. It is a 1 mile loop, so twice as long. They just keep getting longer from now on. What most people don't realize is that it's hard walking through the sand, through this gypsum. With your shoes on, shoes off, you sink into it, you lose that momentum, you're fighting a whole lot longer to go uphill. It's more tiresome, so keep that in mind. Those 1 mile hikes can be double the challenge. I can't wait to do the 5 mile hike in the sand. That's gonna be brutal. So there are meat-eating mice around here. Yep, so if you were to pass out over here in the heat, you might be missing a toe when you wake up. There's these mice called the Apache pocket mouse. Supposedly they don't ever have to drink. What they do is they take these seeds, they store it somewhere on the ground in a cool, moist environment. Seeds absorb the moisture, and I guess the mouse eats it, and that's how they get their hydration. Haven't seen a mouse yet, but I'm not even looking for them. This is a relatively easy hike. Nothing to it but to do it. There's a few people on this trail. I only saw 2 couples, and I'm far away from them right now. And most people are not even doing the whole loop, 1 mile loop. And I'm thinking I'm doing mine in reverse because all the tablets are facing the other way. Oh well, it's the same scenery. Apparently there's a fox named Katie running around here eating mice. Whatever. Just something to look out for. It feels like when you're walking over these sand dunes, you're about to see the ocean. Like, oh, I can see it. Like it's just, you feel it about to be an ocean. You go over the top, more sand. This is very fine sand, and it's actually not even sand, it's called gypsum. A certain type of, I guess, mineral. This is the largest gypsum dune in the world. It's about 250 square miles of this, which is pretty unbelievable. That's a lot of gypsum. Yeah. There's the parking lot right there. All right, let's go on to the next trail. The next stop right now is the Interdune Boardwalk. It is wheelchair friendly, and it is also friendly for all the stroller babies out there. This boardwalk gets you right into the middle of the dunes with a beautiful landscape. You could hike out there even beyond this perimeter. This is mainly people who are on wheels. So these lizard guys, they adapted over time to turn white to blend in with their surroundings so that they don't get eaten by these guys. I'm gonna try some sledding down this small little hill right behind me. You can pick these up for, it costs $20 at the gift shop at the visitor center, and if you bring it back, I believe they will knock off $5 for you. Let's give it a shot. Let's wax it on first. That's for the hands, so I need to be going down here. All right, let's give it a shot. Well, that wasn't that fun. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it needs more wax. Yeah, you know, it's very tiresome. I know it's a small hill, but I just don't know if I'm getting the reward for it. Maybe kids do better. I see them having fun right now. Me, just expending energy. Let's go find a new location. Oh, that's a lot of sand. Okay, that was a little bit better. That's enough sledding for now. Let's go do that 5-mile hike and catch that sunset. Yes. About to do the Alkali Flat Trail, and it's 2 hours until sunset, so I gotta get a move on. But first, build up some energy. Angie made me some lovely sandwiches. I'm gonna go ahead and eat them, get some energy going for the 5 miles in the sand, in the gypsum rock sand. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Probably catching a sunset somewhere on the trail. Probably get a headlamp. Who knows where I'll be. It's actually pretty easy to get lost out there. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't follow the markers, you get lost. And it's miles and miles and miles of sand and sand. So, and it's deathly quiet out there. I've been here once before. Once you go out there and you're all alone, it's so quiet. It's like, you don't even hear the wind. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean out there. Doing the last trail of the day, Alkali Flat Trail. Don't be fooled by the name. because there's nothing flat about it. It's all rolling hills, and you gotta follow these markers. If you don't see any markers for a while, you're going the wrong way. I see one right there and the one behind it, so we're on the right track right now, doing one big loop, 5 miles in the sand. It's a little more flat here, so the name lives up to its name. And then I can see it just rolling up and down. So it does get tough at times. People are all scattered. I doubt everybody here is doing that 5-mile trail because it is pretty long. Let's see if we can make it before the sun goes down so we can enjoy the sunset near the beginning of the trail. Here we go. This is a steep one. Oh yeah. And you're just sinking in the sand, losing all momentum. It is difficult. Very difficult. Yeah, this ain't no joke. That was steep. Hiking through the sand. Wow. Doing this throughout the whole hike. Steep hills going on. You get no traction up here. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make it. Wow. Yep. Well, look at that tree over there. But I realize this hike is no joke. No joke at all. It will feel like I probably walked 10 miles with the sand. Yeah. Whew. But the views are awesome. What's interesting is it's so quiet out here. It's eerie quiet. Listen. You hear that? Me neither. You cannot hear nothing out here. Yep. Occasionally you see a person on some ridge top, way off in the distance. They're probably taking photos. I didn't meet anyone on the trail past the first mile. I think they walk in and they walk out. But apparently people have been walking here today. We got fresh tracks. What's interesting is the wind is not blowing here at all. Otherwise these sand particles will be flying everywhere. You would hear it, but there's none of that today, which is nice. Apparently in the wintertime it gets very windy over here and things are blowing everywhere, so show up in good season. I made it to the farthest point. I basically left the sand dunes, walked another 100-200 yards and came across this side. Basically, no going past this. There's unexploded ammunition back there. So what's behind here is the White Sand Missile Base, and they share pretty much the same property all around here. Sometimes they close down the park, the national park here, when they're doing missile tests. So check the website right before you go. Make sure the park is open. They're usually closed for a couple hours that day, sometimes a full day once in a while. It took me about an hour and a half to make it with some recording to the tip, 2.5 miles. And we're about to walk it back 2.5 miles. It's golden hour up here right now. I think we're making good progress. Yeah, check out the missile base. I heard a few choppers flying over that way, so they just run in tests and drills. All right, I guess it's the same thing. Follow the orange, make the loop back. Where's that at? There it is. It's been great thus far. I've enjoyed it. Now another sandy walk back to the car. Excellent. It's gonna be great. I love this trail. Whoa, I'm sinking in there. The sun just set right behind me. I'm still about a mile and a half away, so gotta start booking it. I gotta be out of the park by 6. It is 4:58 already, so gotta make it to the car. Still got plenty of light. You almost have like what looks like a 360-degree sunset. Look at that. Just a very soft yellow glow all the way around. That's where the sun set. So pretty beautiful. This has been an amazing experience. I'm glad I did the whole trail. Last time I was out here, did a mile in, mile out. So, glad I got to see it. All of it in its full potential glory. Whew. Yep. It's so peaceful out here, so quiet. That's when the coyotes start coming out at dusk. Truly appreciate the sunset. Don't just watch this video, show up here in person. Sunsets here are amazing. Amazing. Look at this. I'm the only one out here. Wow. So quiet. So beautiful. See the parking lot right there. Yep. There it is. Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing. If you're ever near southern New Mexico, come check out White Sands National Park. Also, coming soon, Carlsbad Caverns National Park.